everyone. Elle Ballard with you today, and I have my friend, my guest on our podcast, Viji. Hello, welcome.
Hello, Elvira Ballard. How are you?
I'm doing great, all the way from New York.
Yes. And thank you for having me on this podcast.
Yes,
Pleasure to be a part of it and
yes,
looking forward to the dialogue and conversation.
yes, same here. Yes, and thank you for taking the time. Before we jump on, I want to introduce Viji. So Viji, right now, she's a business development manager with Schneider Electric. She's been with Schneider Electric for 5 years, and she worked for two other manufacturers before. She has an extensive background in sales and business development, and about 15 plus years in experience in these fields. And she has completed her BS in mechanical engineering, Bachelor of Science in mechanical engineering in Manhattan College. And she has an MBA with a concentration in international business. She also has a background experience in real estate and travel. Her main positive attributes are positive superior attitude, the ability to motivate and encourage others, support her peers, and she always has high energy and motivation to inspire everyone to do well, succeed, and be their best they can be in all respects of their life. Yay! Welcome,
Yes. Yes.
Viji.
Always.
I love it. I love your energy, your positive attitude, and the
Thank
way you
you.
inspire others.
Thank you.
So yeah, so that said, please tell us why. So one of my favorite questions I like to ask, what makes you unique and why did you choose this field of work?
So what makes me unique? My unique is my level to have that high energy, as mentioned earlier, to help people to, really positively support people in the best of works in their life. I'm in sales for a reason because I like to help people. I like to be able to go day to day and meet with different types of clients and be able to understand what their thought process is, understand their business, understand their needs, and see how I am able to help them with that. What is unique about that is when you're in we're always selling in this world.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't matter in what walk of life that we're in. But the true key of value that brings in selling to me is that how you can really grow that relationship. So one of the uniqueness in me is it's not a one-time deal. I actually grow that relationship. And another example is how you and I met at a
Yes.
networking conference, right?
Right.
And we met one time, but it was not a one time. That relationship grew over the
For
years.
years. Exactly.
And look where we are
Exactly.
today.
I
So
know.
I always say in different respects of life, the value is growing relationships, helping others, and being able to help them to succeed in what they want in life or what they want in business or in what they want in anything that they do.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love
Thank
that. Yes,
you.
and I love the friendship and the relationship that we formed over the
Yes,
years. It's crazy when you think color. And the travels, of course, travel experiences.
yes,
That's
absolutely.
beautiful. I love that. I love that. So I want to talk about the book. So Viji is one of our authors in our Recipes from Body, Mind, and Soul book that is being launched on April 7th. And it's such a unique compilation of different stories, women from representing 12 countries, and the way the book is formatted, really the way we built it is a recipe is preceded by the background story, but there are different recipes. There is a cooking recipe, but then there is a life recipe, relationship recipes, and all these different things, and we have cooking recipes from different countries as well, but we also have recipes that are applicable to your life. And I love that you chose to participate in our book and share where your heart is and your story. And so can you share with us a little bit about your story and why you decided to talk about that subject specifically?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me and being and including me to be a part of this recipe book.
Mm,
One of the things that I thought about as to my why that I wanted to do it is to really bring awareness. So my recipe book, the recipe that I'm contributing is woman empowerment. And with women empowerment, one of the main key factors as to why I want to do it is to bring awareness. To bring
mhm,
awareness, not just in the business world, in the personal world, in the developing world, to know that this is still an ongoing topic. I don't
mhm.
want to say issue, but it is an ongoing topic in all parts of the world, in different businesses, in different respects of life. And this could also, when I say different respects of life, I mean like in schools, like when little girls are going to school
Mhm.
and young ladies are going to colleges trying to understand what their next step as far as their career is.
Yeah.
This is where you bring that empowerment in. Why? How can you help these girls or ladies that are wanting to grow, whether they want to be a sole proprietor or whether they want to hold a partnership in business or whether they want to take the field of corporate America? But I believe that when you have options to choose from and you have guidance to show them that there are options to take on these different avenues of life, the empowerment comes from within. You are able to show them what type of options they have. For example, if you take someone in the career world for empowering women, one of the things that I would ask them, how can we excel our education in the corporate workforce?
Mhm,
Right?
mhm.
Have they come in with just a bachelor's degree? Would they want to take it to the next level of doing their master's? Some people even take it more. I've seen other women who have gone to the PhD level just to climb up for themselves in education because they want to be able to create and do well. The other aspect, when you look at high school students, you look at females who are wanting to think of where they want to go in college, what do they want to study? The study always comes from, the child's or the girl's interests. Like, what do they like? In high school, we're always exploring. We want to do, whether it's the shopping or whether it's, going to different type of offices and trying out different types of internships, to see where we can kind of excel ourselves. Another avenue, people have taken is where they said, hey, I want to run my own business because I like to create things, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's creating clothing, jewelry, any type of things that they make from scratch where they bring value. How
Mhm.
can we empower them to do that? Where do they get recognition? How can they get recognition? How can they promote themselves to kind of take it to the next level in any walk of business?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was my why as to overall summary as to why I chose to study and then also discuss the topic of women empowerment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great because you're right. We have so many different arenas and helping women navigate that, whatever their
Yes,
choices are, whether it's corporate world or businesses, and then PhD level and MBA and master or whatever, helping them and providing that support and mentorship is so important. And I love that you shared that. I love that you shared that women
yes,
empowerment chapter with us in the book. So make sure our listeners, make sure you check out that chapter, Viji's chapter on the women empowerment. um, and
it
yeah,
truly
thank you,
is a
Viji.
collaboration at the end. I mean, I want to say
Yeah.
one more thing, Elle. It is a
Yeah.
collaboration. I mean, you're walking with women of different cultures, right? We're
Yeah.
promoting women of the world, different cultures, different businesses, some in the corporate world, some in their own businesses, right?
Right.
But promoting the culture, promoting the collaboration, and promoting the growth to
Right.
where they are to where they want to be.
Yeah.
And that's the key functionality for why I chose to do women empowerment.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yep.
That's beautiful. And that falls perfectly well, of course, with our Mission Women of the World network. And so I love that you chose
Yes.
that topic. So moving on, I know that your family is, so I know you were born here, but your family is, you're from immigrant family. So I wanted to, so one of the questions I usually ask if she's from an immigrant family or an immigrant herself, right? What advice you can give to people who are just coming into the country or trying to settle their careers and their lives here? And for you, maybe from the experience of being a child of immigrant parents, you could share something, and which will be interesting perspective as well, because you were
Sure,
born here,
sure.
but your childhood values and upbringing still influenced heavily by your culture, right?
Absolutely. So I was definitely raised in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
and culture hails from India. My
Uh-huh.
mom and dad are born in India,
Uh-huh.
and they came to the United States as immigrants. My main reason was my dad got a transfer from his job that was he was doing in India to have an opportunity in the United States. And that's how they came abroad to the US and started living their life. And then marriage, and then had myself and my brother. So I have one sibling.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I would like to share, coming into the United States, even though I was raised here, but the culture, you know United States is a huge melting pot. Okay, I always say United States is a world-class country full of immigrants. It's a melting pot because you see so many diverse cultures in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not just one. You have everything from Indian to Spanish to Russian to French to Germans to Asians. I mean, we can go on and on and on.
Right.
And one of the things I would say, is adaptability, learning to adapt to the environment that you come into, and that's also, you know, if you are a person where I said, hey, I've never been exposed to something like this, I would say learn about it,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's taking a class, whether it's, pursuing your education here, depending on when you came to this country. If you came as a child, that that you have to do your education here. So that right there is your adaptability to the environment of growing yourself, and raising yourself in this country. If you're coming here as an adult where you've already lived a good portion of your life from where you hail from, another area that I would say or suggest would be, understanding how the culture works in this country, right? And that's, it's gaining through, observation, going out to different type of, maybe not places, but events that
Mm-hmm.
will help you broaden your horizons. Okay, to
Mm-hmm.
understand what the culture here is about, to understand what the environment over here is about, and how, again, how do we adapt to that environment?
Yeah.
um those are probably the two keys that I would think of. And there's more,
Yeah.
but I would say coming in as adult or coming in as a child, you're still learning to adapt. And I think as we grow and, kind of and kind of adapt to our surroundings,
Mm-hmm.
we enhance and learn about the culture as we grow, right?
Yeah.
United States is, like they say, the Pledge of Allegiance, united we stand. That
Mm-hmm.
means to every culture in this country, we all
Right.
stand together.
Yeah.
And I don't, you know, from whichever race you come from or cultural origin you come from, I always believe we are all one.
Mm-hmm.
And, the environment, that and adapting to that environment, it goes over time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an overnight, but it's a
Right.
work in progress. And that's by making new friends. That's by going to, seeing different places of culture, right? That shows, what the United States really encompasses about.
Yeah.
Things like that would kind of really kind of help you to adapt to your environment in a more smoother way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
adaptability and being open to making new connections, being open to
Yes.
new meeting new people, absorbing new things and everything. And yeah,
Yes.
there are so many cultures here. When I came, I have never seen so many cultures in one spot, when I just moved here. So I think it's such a beautiful thing. And there is so much to take from that and learn from that. So thank
Yes.
you, Viji, for sharing that. Now, my next question is what it means for you to be woman of the world.
What does it mean for me to be a woman of the world? Oh, wow. This is a very broad, broad question. Broad, open question. So for me, it means, collaboration, okay, culture, right? Just adaptability and gaining, gaining new friendships to be a woman of the world, making new connections, right? Sharing best practices, right? And most of all, coming together and really embracing what we truly have, our true integrity, our true, cultures that we come from, our true abilities, to what we do in our respects of life and work, right? And most of all, what value we bring to each other. I think those are some of the things that I would think truly what it means for me, to be a woman of the world.
Yeah. I love
Each
that.
of us have a true uniqueness. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm a true avid believer of that. It doesn't matter where you reign from, where you come from. I believe each woman has their own uniqueness to what they bring, and how they share that is a blessing to all of us, so we can embrace it together.
Yes, I love that. And I actually was just speaking earlier today about the personal story and uniqueness. And each one of us has that story sometimes, that we're holding it to ourselves. And so it needs to be shared, it needs to be spoken about. And and I love that. And everyone is unique and beautiful. And when we come together with true support, loves that. Love that. Okay.
Fabulous, Al, just fabulous.
Yes. So we're going to move on to the rapid fire questions.
Sure.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So my first question is, your favorite book name is?
Okay. The most powerful woman in the world is you.
Yeah. Love that.
Embrace it, love it, and conquer it.
Yes, love it. Beach or mountains? Which one you prefer?
Beach.
Okay.
Love the ocean waves, listening to the ocean waves, peace, tranquility, rejuvenation, relaxation.
Favorite international destination to visit?
Oh, you've got a few. My favorite to visit, Dubai is my number one favorite.
I love Dubai. I remember our trip to Dubai. That was awesome.
Yes. Second one, London. I would say that's my second. And, there's so many more, right? I've been to a few cities around the world. My third one would be Amsterdam. Those are my top three. But there's more. I believe anywhere I visit, anywhere in the world, it brings a true uniqueness. I always believe that. So these are probably my top three favorite, but there's more.
Love it. Awesome. Summer or winter?
Ooh, I would want to say both. I say summer first because I love warm weather. I love to be next to the ocean. So you want to be in warm weather in the ocean. But I also say winter in some areas because, I grew up in New York, so I truly have 4 seasons. So we have summer, spring, winter, and fall. So to embrace that winter, I would say is really the beginning of the year because it's the coldest for us in New York. So I would say winter because you start again fresh, from a new calendar year. And, what do you want to, what are your goals? What do you want to conquer? What do you truly want to accomplish? So I always feel that winter for me is kind of setting in the new year and to kind of figure out where you want to go next. Not so much more on the climate per se, but really bringing in the new year.
That's what it resonates with you. That's cool. Yeah,
Yes,
it's that's interesting. Yeah, because it's restart, reset. Yeah, awesome.
absolutely.
And my last question: things that you have discovered about yourself recently.
Things that I've discovered about myself recently. Okay. So 3 things. First thing, I've, I've actually, in my presentation skills arena, I have definitely been more refined. So speaking a little slower, being from New York, we're always on the go, fast, 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 everything yesterday. So I think as far as my presentation skills, to kind of take it down a notch and, be a little more, neutral with the conversation. So you come across more clear, more efficient than, speaking a little faster. The other thing I've noticed with myself is I have been paying attention a lot around the world, with what's going on in women in businesses. What are we seeing? What are the highlights? Where is their growth? Where is their development? I would say in some parts of the world, even to Far East, like India, they're giving more recognition now, with females being not even just in leadership positions, but females also being able to run their own businesses. The pandemic, okay, has really shown us, our true skill set, because that was the time where a lot of people were making, decisions for them and their loved ones to see where they really wanted to go next. When the country shut down and you weren't, at least for corporate America, we weren't in our regular office mode, everything was being done remotely. It gives us time to reflect, to truly see where we can really make our enhancements, to truly see where we can really excel. So one of the things that I've recently discovered is I'm going to be focusing more on public speaking. And I believe I can really make a difference in that arena, whether it's in person or virtual, because that's the new norm today. They're doing things both because we were forced to really adapt to those type of surroundings, when the pandemic hit us.
Awesome. Well, good luck with I know you're going to do great with the public
Thank
speaking.
you, Elle.
Thanks for playing. And
this has been an honor. Thank you for really having me. And any way I can help anyone, to really just broaden their minds, take it to the next level. If they need support on anything they're working on, feel free to reach out. I'm truly happy to help out.
Awesome.
And thanks again for your time, Elle. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for taking the time. But we'll post Viji's contact information in the comments. So reach out, connect, check out her story, check out the book, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you, Viji.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.